the channel, we got something extra special as in honor of 40,000 subscribers to this YouTube channel, in honor of the 4-year anniversary of this channel, and in honor of my latest book, The Complete Guide to the Jakks Classic Superstars. We're giving away a one-of-one Manitar KWK sample.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for the biggest giveaway we've ever done on the channel, and we are going to review the Manitar KWK figure here in this very video as well. But a big giveaway. As I said, what's the reason for the giveaway? Well, let me tell you, it is the 4-year anniversary of this channel. Some days it feels like yesterday, some days it feels like we've been doing this for decades, but it is the 4-year anniversary of this channel, if you can believe that. Thank you to everybody out there watching this for their support over the years. No matter how you do support this very YouTube channel, I appreciate it every single day. So we do got 4-year anniversary. We're also dangerously close to 40,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel as I am filming this. So once we hit 40,000 subscribers, I will be giving this away. Should be a couple of weeks, maybe a week. We'll see what ends up happening there. But once I do hit that, the giveaway will be stopped. I'll take the entries. We will draw the winner, of course, on the weekly purchases. We will have a weekly purchases video every single Sunday, as we know on the channel here. Probably not this weekend's video, but maybe the next one or the next one, we will draw the winner. So make sure you follow the rules, and I'm going to dive into the rules right now. So, of course, follow me on X, aka the old Twitter, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Follow me, SirPaul64. You got to follow KWK Sean as well, so make sure you follow him. Got pictures of both of our accounts right there, so make sure you're subscribed to both of them. You'll have to be subscribed to win. So there you go. You're following both of those. Then you got to find this post. I will have a post for this. It'll be pinned at the top. You got to find this post and you got to retweet this. However, there's one extra step as we're also celebrating my book. Of course, you guys know about this by now. The Complete Guide to the Jakks Classic Superstars series, hardcover edition, is of course Barnes & Noble exclusive. Softcover available at Barnes & Noble and Amazon. I do recommend Amazon. It is cheaper there. Almost 700 pages of Classic Superstars goodness by yours truly. This book just came out. You guys know all about this. So follow us both on the X, aka Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Find this post. You got to retweet this post, and I want you to post a picture of you with the book, that you bought the book, purchased the book and stuff. So it's a little extra incentive for those that have purchased the book here, has a chance to get this. So follow on the X and Twitter, both accounts, retweet this post, and make sure you show a picture of you that you purchased this book, and you will be entered. I will take all the people that entered, put it in, we'll draw it on weekly purchases in a couple of weeks once we hit 40,000 subscribers on this very YouTube channel. So a big time giveaway. I want to dive into this figure here and talk about this because you know me, I'm a figure guy, and I'm very excited about this one because it's a hairy bipedal creature playing all the hits, as we do know here. Now, KWK Sean did give me this certificate of authenticity for this. This will go to the winner as well. This is documented proof of the 101 approved sample of KWK Kayfabe Heroes Series 1 Mike Manitar Halleck. It's produced prior to full production. Color patterns designed to be approved prior to full production beginning. That's why it does not have the branding on the feet that we'll see in the other one. Limited edition printed on the bottom of the feet. It's an extremely rare collectible. It's a tremendous collectible to own. And then if you want to get this graded, which it's a 101, you might want to get this graded. You do got the address there that you can reach out to for authenticity and all that kind of stuff. So this will come with the figure for the winner. A pretty big giveaway, if I do say so myself. A 101, there's very few people that have 101s in their collection. I wish I could keep this for my collection, but I'm giving it away to one of the lucky viewers out there, one of the supporters of the channel, and of course the book. So make sure you're entering the giveaway. Follow the rules. Like I said, I'll probably refresh the rules at the end of this very video. But let's dive into this figure. Of course, no packaging for this one. This is the Variant A edition, as there's 2 different variants of the Manitar figure, as we've talked about on Toy News and things like that on the channel. This is the sample of the Variant A edition, so make note of that one right there. Very cool to have this in hand to get an early sneak peek at this. And like I said, I love a hairy bipedal creature, so you know we're playing a lot of hits for me here. Manitar was about as down as I ever was in the wrestling figure fandom as a kid. It was just kind of too hokey, and I know you can say the 80s stuff had some hokey stuff. It definitely did. But for some reason in the early 90s, when everybody had a second job and stuff, it was just a real rough go for me and my fandom. I hung in there. I'm thankful I did. But boy, if I was ever on the verge of quitting watching wrestling, it was around this time frame here. But all these years later, I can look back with like, wow, I can't believe that was really a thing. And a lot of people say, Manitar, who? Well, he was there for a cup of coffee, and he also lived in my local geography. He didn't live very far from me, and over until he passed away, was actually wrestling indie shows, really, especially prior to COVID, in my area on a fairly regular basis. So a little bit of attention, a little bit of a, I don't know, Midwest feel with this guy here, I guess we'll say, because I think he was living in an Omaha, Nebraska area before and when he did pass away there. So the Manitar is a very interesting one, but not very fondly remembered, but boy, oh boy, is this a toyetic looking figure. And I gotta mention, I was blown away when I pulled this out of the package. I didn't think this toy line would be terrible. I didn't think it would be bad. You just never know what we're going to get with some of these retro companies. We've seen highs, we've seen lows, we've seen in-betweens. Gotta say, this beat my expectation, and I'm not just saying that. This is an amazing looking figure. Now, this is a one-of-one sample here, of course. Maybe things could change for their regular production run, but man, if they can keep this quality of this figure here, this is going to be a great line. Now, of course, like I said, a very deep-cut character, maybe not going to be for everybody. We'll see, but a cool figure is a cool figure, and I'm of the board. I'm on board with anybody that was a wrestler. I would love to see them at least get one figure, and it's time for Manitars of the world to get a figure, and we do get that right here. But let's dive into this one here, and first we'll look at it with the full thing on. He's got the big old buffalo head helmet, which I absolutely do love, and it is massive. It's about the same size as the figure. Absolutely crazy in size here. You got the big buffalo nose going on. You got the brown eyes, a little blue around there. And then, of course, you got the buffalo fur throughout, looking very good. And then, of course, you can't be a Manitar without a couple of horns. Does have some amazing looking horns right there, and then the two ears underneath. All day long, you will know this is Manitar if you're a wrestling fan and you know the era, or you're going to know this is the Buffalo guy. This screams Buffalo all day long. Looks absolutely beautiful. I really am blown away by the quality and the looks of this one. And we always know you don't fight a Manitar and you don't ride a Centaur. Those are two rules this channel lives by. You don't fight this Manitar. That's my pro tip right there of the day. Now, this is really, really cool. This is very heavy, this head, but look at this. He stands up just fine. You do worry about things like this being tipping over, toppling over and stuff because of the weight of the helmet. It is not doing that. He stands very, very well, so I'm very impressed by that one. As I will say, he does have very small feet compared to the rest of the body. That's one of the first things I do notice on this one. So you'd think with these small feet, he might topple over on you, but he does not. So that is a pretty cool thing right here that they got that to work out really good. But of course, this is removable, which is very, very cool. To me, I got to display it with him on there when I do get my official copy down the line. But man, oh man, this feels really nice, feels great quality, very good weight to it as well. Just really top notch as far as mass, heads, buffaloes go, whatever you want to call it. But then we get into the figure right here, and like I said, not the most famous of wrestlers of all time. This isn't Hulk Hogan, as we do know. It's a deep cut, so I'm sure some people say, well, I don't even know what this guy looks like. Well, now you do. This is what he looks like here, and I guess we'll start with the head here. Got the paint over the top, kind of looking like almost like ram horns out of there. I don't know if it's supposed to be, I guess, buffalo horns, I guess, technically, but a little bit bigger, but it almost looks like ram horns painted on the side of his head. Does have a brown beard around there and a big old open mouth there with the teeth showing, looking very, very good. And his eyes, I think it's brown, almost looks a little red, which looks a little extra dangerous. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but it looks very interesting. Getting down to the singlet, a nice brown singlet, then you got the black kind of webbing throughout, and then the silver throughout on there as well. So very, very cool looking singlet on him. Very on brand for what Manitar wore, all the way down to the tights in here, of course, all connected there. Black wrist tape on him, 2 black elbow pads, 2 fists of Manitar Fury. You know I'm here for that. And then you got black boots, brown knee pads, easy for me to say, looking good there. Now, articulation-wise, arms do go all the way around on him. Very smooth joints, very nice smooth joints. This feels very solid. It's got a good weight to it as well, I should mention that. Head back forth, of course, and then we talked about waist a little bit here, waist side to side right there. Nothing on the ankles, nothing else. It is a retro style figure. No holes in the feet for a peg, anything like that. We don't need it, but I do love a good hole in my feet. You guys know me. Like a little extra protection with a stand if I can, but he does stand very, very well. But a very good looking figure. Like I said, feels very high quality. Now, this is a sample. Once again, we'll see what happens when we get the real deal. We'll go through the packaging, everything else when that time does come. But for what I have right here, this feels really good. This is near the top end of some of these retro companies. And I guess speaking of other retro companies, perfect time to, let's do some comparisons. How about, let's compare them to some other things. And we'll start off right off the bat. Grapplers and gimmicks, of course. You can see that size difference between these two. Obviously, different positions, different body styles, things like that. But you can see these guys next door to each other. Almost the same weight. I think Nelson might have him by an ounce, a feather. I don't know what you would say. But he is a little bit bigger figure, so he should weigh more. But very similar in weight detail right there, I would say, about Nelson Frazier. King Nelson, as he's known in some circles, right there. So you got that comparison. Now we're going to do our next comparison. How about the Mattel Retros? I tried to grab some big guys to compare big guys to big guys. Here's a Vader from the brand new Mattel Retros. Of course, you can kind of see that difference there as well. He's got the Manitar's got a nice squat to him here, so it is making him smaller than he actually is, but you can kind of see the difference between a Mattel Retro and, of course, the KWK brand right there with old Vader. It's truly Vader time, as we know. But we're not done. Another one, and this is kind of the ones where everybody is trying to catch up to, I guess, at this point. It is the Zombie Sailor Heels and Faces line. First thing I noticed about Zombie compared to everybody else, he does got that shine, kind of that glisten. You can see the lights off of the figures. There is that with Zombies that really doesn't have with anybody else. Maybe the Mattel Retros sometimes a little bit, but there is a difference between these two here. But as far as weight and movability and stuff, pretty much in the same wheelhouse. This is almost like the elite style figures of, retro style figures. Kind of what it feels like here, where this KWK holds a little bit of that cartoony element, but it looks like kind of the next step in Hasbro. And I've said that since I first saw these. It felt like, hey, we had Hasbro back in the day. This is the next step Hasbro would have went to. And then maybe their final form would be what Zombie's trying to do, almost like Elites shrunken down into retro style, if that makes sense at all. But you can see the comparisons between these guys here. A couple more big dudes. And I guess we talked about Hasbro. Might as well pull Hasbro out right now. We got Akeem, the African Dream, of course. Looking very good here. Size comparisons, differences. You can see that right there with the old G Hasbro. You guys know me. I was a Hasbro kid back in the day. And we keep on going. How about our old friends at Rush Collectibles? Oh, Rush Collectibles. I got Larry Zbyszko right here to compare next to. I mean, really night and day between these ones. We'll see. I don't know what's going to happen with Rush Collectibles. They're getting back in the game. They're changing some things. We'll see. Is it too little, too late? I guess the vertical tell in the future on that one, but definitely night and day differences between these two for sure with the Larry Zbyszko Rush Collectible right there. And the hits keep on coming on here. How about old school Cella? And I grabbed Giant Haystacks. I always did love this Giant Haystacks figure. You can see how that compares here. Definitely a big figure. One of the biggest retro style figures ever released right here. So you can kind of see against old school Cella. And then we hits keep on coming. I guess we could say new school Cella, which I don't think they like, but of course Epic Toys. We just recently unboxed the Warlord here. Very comparable between these two to me. That's kind of where I thought they were up to the Epic quality, which Epic has really good quality, as we've seen with the Demolition, the British Bulldogs, the Powers of Pain. Very, very nice to see these guys against each other here. You can kind of see very similar kind of feel to me and look between these two. It seemed like, to me, these were the closest between them. I don't know. You have to give me your judgment, your verdict in the comments down below. Between these two, though, they did look a little familiar here. And then I guess the last one we got is the figure collections. We got Effie right here. So you can kind of see the difference between Effie from figure collections and the KWK Mantaur figure right there. So very, very interesting. All these retro companies, it's absolutely amazing how many retro companies we're getting here in 2024. And it doesn't look to be slowing down with KWK entering the market. Now, unfortunately for many people, these are going to come out. Reviewers are going to do reviews on these, and they are sold out. It was a pre-order. The pre-order is the pre-order, but it sounds like Sean might have a few. I wouldn't hold your breath. There might be a few for sale later on down the line, so we'll have to see if that happens there. We do know Manitar's first. We got PN News around the corner. You got Yoshitatsu. There's different figures coming out for this line with a lot of different variants, which we've talked about on the Toy News over the last year or so on the channel. But this Manitar was the one I was looking forward to the most because, once again, hairy bipedal creature alert. You know I'm here for a hairy bipedal creature, and that's what Manitar brings us. First time ever in any toy line. A lot of fun for this one here. I'm anxious to get my official ones down the road, and we'll unbox those on the channel, so we'll have to stay tuned for that. But here today, it's about the giveaway, of course. Certificate of authenticity included with this one for those keeping track at home. All you got to do is be following me and KWK on the X, aka the old Twitter, Follow us both on there. Retweet the post about this that I will post. And then in the retweet, make sure you post a picture of you with my book showing that you purchased a copy of this book. You will be entered. And once we hit 40,000 subscribers on this very YouTube channel, the next weekly purchase video, we will do a giveaway. So stay tuned to that. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Help get it to 40,000. All that kind of fun stuff. I think you know the rules by now. So there it is, the KWK Mantaur Sample 101 review and giveaway. Hopefully you guys win. Hopefully you guys enter. Very, very fun. And thank you to KWK for helping along with this, giving me this 101 sample. Pretty awesome to get something like this in my hand, if only for a brief moment of time. And of course, you guys in the comments, let me know your thoughts, your early thoughts on this sample in the comments down below. Would love to hear your opinion, especially against some of these other ones. Where do you think it compares? Where do you think it ranks? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, if you make it this far, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell, and of course, check out the book, Amazon and Barnes & Noble. You guys know where to find that. If you want an autographed edition, hit me up, and of course, I can get you one of those sent out as well. Hit me up on social media, SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for KWK Mantaur and 40,000 subscriber 4-year anniversary giveaway, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.